A Kangaroo Fern production.
So, Denise Madrid is a seasoned digital marketer with more than 5 years of professional experience and a champion of brand marketing, public relations, and partnership. She has a track record of implementing successful organized and industry led events. She is also a certified transformational coach. Her mission is to create high converting social media marketing and FB ad strategies to help intentional entrepreneurs so they can focus more on creating impact for their client and on their business. Please welcome to that creative exchange, Denise Madrid. Hello, thank you for your time, Denise.
Hello, Miko. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm glad for this interview. I'm glad to be here on your platform at that creative exchange. And I'd like to say thank you for all the listeners here right now who's listening, tuning in. And I hope you learned something today with me.
Thank you, Denise. So you more than 5 years professional experience on brand marketing, public relation, and partnership. So can
That's
you
right.
tell us before that, before you creating your own that nice thing about digital, can you track me back how you started?
That's a wonderful question, Miko. You know what? I'd love telling this story. My journey from a certified employee. What I mean by certified employee is that someone who's eager and driven to climb up the corporate ladder. So that was like my idea when I graduated from college because I also took marketing um, back in my college days. And then I had this goal or like a dream when I was a child that maybe in 5 years or maybe after 10 years I'll be able to build my own business, to become an entrepreneur, to become a proprietress. I've seen the term on LinkedIn. I'm so hooked with that. So while I was building my career in marketing, so I started as an associate or marketing assistant, you know, as I progressed to become a team leader for my previous company, I realized that for 5 years of that I'm getting nowhere towards my dream, which is to become an entrepreneur. And then when pandemic hits, my belief back then is that to become an entrepreneur, you just have to build a business, create a store, or launch a product, those things. And then when this pandemic hits, I'm so grateful that I still have a job, to be still able to hone my skills in brand marketing. Part of it is handling events. So on my previous job, I was handling industry-led events, internal and external. So what we do is to provide value in the HR community field from my previous career back then. And then when 2020 happened, we were able to transition our events into webinars. So we're one of the pioneers to transition back then. As in March, we already launched our webinars, and it's consistent every month. And we doubled our numbers by times two or maybe times three of our sign-ups and show up rate by uh, pointing out what does our market needs to hear right now, which is about since there's so much confusion back then in the pandemic, right? So first is that was about how will the employees will transition from work to digital working space, especially if they don't have the capacity. the laws behind it, those things are available on our end with our resources. So that's what we give in the community. And then when I also realized coming back to my dream, what I was doing, I realized that I'm getting nowhere to my dream to become an entrepreneur, to become a businesswoman, and then the freelancing community is booming. Like everyone is, the unemployment rate is rising, but there is a big opportunity in freelancing as a business right now. So I took the opportunity right away and decided to, take the leap and offer my services as a social media marketer and also bring my expertise in PR and partnerships, collaborations, and at the same time, uh, my experience over the 5 years in digital marketing. And right now, I chose to serve high ticket coaches and digital entrepreneurs to grow their businesses despite having these challenges and pandemic. Because, having the right strategy in place for sure will get you to your sales goal. I'd
All
like to
right.
say that I finally got into my dream, living the dream.
That's fantastic. So before we go ahead on the social media marketing and the Facebook ad strategies,
Mhm.
can you explain to me what is a certified transformational coach? Is that what is that?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, Miko. Because when way back in 2018, I joined this I enrolled for a leadership program, and then little did I know that it's all about life coaching. So I was a coachee back then. It's 3 months, full on coaching, whether from that's life and uh, whether that's about your personal goals and whatever you put your goals or minds into in the just 2 months of coaching, you'll have to achieve it 100%. So let's say if you have a money goal of 100,000 by the end of August, you'll do everything that you do through coaching to achieve that. So for me, that was becoming a marketing officer from that time. And then after graduating, what I did was uh, to volunteer still from this until now. Like, oh my gosh, I'm still volunteering for that coaching community. And then when they got this program, to train and to certify life coaches, I enrolled right away. That was last year, and I just graduated this February of this year. So it's about transforming the lives of your coaches by providing them or asking them powerful questions to bring out the best in them. So um, it's like a coach is think of a coach as your friend, you know, that when you have problems, like issues, career issues, or whatever that be, your friend is just there. We all have our answers within us, or maybe the answers is just behind your back, and the coach is right there to support the students and the coaches. So that's why they also, coaches was also um, my market or my dream clients to serve because oh my god, the impact that these coaches bring to the lives of their students is amazing and wonderful. It's like turning your life 180 degrees. So that's why I certified as a coach also to help the people that I love, or maybe my team members as well, perhaps even my clients, because I was able to use that coaching strategies as well in calls and uh, you know, dealing with people that I'm around with.
All right, thank you for that. This is my first question. This is a lot of business or entrepreneurs, say you have your own business, podcasting, for example, the podcast management. This is the first question they usually ask for a social media marketer or a Facebook a strategist. How
Mm-hmm.
how can we attract more leads? more client?
Great question, Nico. Because you know what? In what I do in social media marketing, you can actually do it in two ways. I'll just share the two ways, but there are a lot of ways that you can do. So right now, I'll just share um, the two easy steps that you can do. First is an organic marketing. Organic marketing means creating an opportunity for your social media pages. That means optimizing, engaging, and attracting customers on your profile organically so that you can get and generate leads passively, even while you sleep. Imagine how cool is that? It's like inbound marketing. So next is paid ads. What's great about paid ads is that it's supporting the organic marketing or organic strategy that you're doing. So that includes the attraction, nurturing, conversion, etc. That's supporting it in such a way that you can retarget those customers that you might lose or that you may not be able to nurture right away. So you can retarget them by using how powerful the ads is right now, or the Facebook, since we all know it's kind of, how kind of creepy how Facebook know everything about us since they are creating our digital persona online. So we as marketers do is to maximize its potential. So you'll be able to retarget, retap. It's like um, showing them your offer, your products, or who you are as a brand to be able to generate leads and essentially convert them. I can tell you a lot of ways to convert or to generate leads. However, those two are really really powerful thing to do or to maximize right now for any businesses, podcasters, digital entrepreneurs out there, even creative entrepreneurs like me are using that um, organic and paid strategy to be able to capture and for us as well to serve more and to serve our clients better.
On a simple language, because most of the small entrepreneurs or business doesn't know how they can improve your Facebook ads. I know Facebook ad is a little bit tricky unless you know your pixel, unless you know
That's right.
the back end. So as a simple, like, I only know ads, just click ad and $20 per day and then
Uh
put
huh.
something. So how would you advice to people like that? They just sometimes they're wasting their time. Just they just do whatever the Facebook recommended. This is what you're gonna do. So what is your
Mm-hmm.
advice to them to make it maximize their budget, especially if they're on budget?
One of the best ways to explain Facebook ads, simplest way to say is I got this from my coach, the awesome Facebook advertiser, the local Facebook advertiser. The analogy is if there is a fish vendor, let's say the fish vendor is you and your business and you're selling fish, let's say your product or services. You're selling fish to a wedding. How would you feel, right? How would you take that? That would be totally weird, right? So what that means is when we put our products and services out there without the right intention, without the right planning, without the right targeting, which is the ads, the targeting, as I said earlier, it would feel just a wasted effort because your product is not needed to a certain platform or a certain place or a certain time. What's great about Facebook advertising is you'll be able to target your customers at the right platform whenever they need it, whenever or wherever they are hanging out with. So let's say again, back to the analogy with that fish vendor, since that fish vendor is already, knowledgeable about Facebook ads, let's say. So what this vendor do is go if you see a fish vendor, let's say to a market, of course you'll buy it because that's the right place and the right time where you need it and when do you need to buy. for example, that specific product or services. So that's how powerful an ad is. It will show you the best time possible. You can schedule it. You can be retargeted at the level of awareness that you have on your products. And with such a powerful tool, and as you mentioned, if all of my advice out there to the entrepreneurs, business owners, broadcasters, digital entrepreneurs, if you do have the budget and investment, I would say this is an investment. It takes a long haul to take learning to to reach your sales goal. Let's say a 1 million in just 1 month. You can by the right planning and strategy. And I hope as a business owner, you do have uh, open mind and courage as well to seek support from an advertiser, from a skilled marketer to do this for you because a CEO does not do marketing on the side. The CEO just do planning, strategizing, and also leading the team. So that's why, as Robert Kiyosaki say, let's hire people that are smarter than us. So that's just, I guess that's just it. And if this is one thing, sorry, just to add. So if you mentioned Nico earlier that um, brand owners just follow what's Facebook say, right? And I'm sure maybe you're talking about boost posts. Never, never boost posts because that's just a waste of your time and energy because we are not maximizing the learning and also the data that we can gather, the insights that we can gather from data. I'm sorry, from Facebook instead.
So as a creative entrepreneurs and as a content creators as well, how, what is your advice? How do you how to build a strong online reputation and revenue as well if you are starting out?
One way for me, well, this is the advice or the strategy that I suggest and execute for my clients is that to build a strong presence is to simply give value to whatever niche and market you are. So giving value meaning maximizing the platform where your target market is. Let's say you're a podcaster or you have a certain product. So first is build a strong foundation. Who is your target market? Where are they hanging out? Which platform? What are their pains, their fears, etc. Once we pinpoint that, we'll just show up every day wherever that platform is, whether that's TikTok, whether that's Spotify or Apple Podcasts for podcasters, or maybe Facebook groups instead. Show up there, give value, connect with people every day, be social on social media. Those are just the small, simple steps that you can do every single day. Even if you're just liking or sending hearts to a post, maybe to your target audience, that's the best thing that you can do to give value, and then essentially over time, um, those value that you're giving that will turn out as a business. The people will appreciate the brand. Like show up as an expertise, show up the best that you can, as in literally believe in your brand, like who you are in this space or niche or market where you are in. What can you offer that others may not? So that's where branding comes along. So I guess, yeah, I guess that's the secret. Show up every day as an expert, be visible to wherever platform your audience is at, and the next is, which is the most important one, is to give value.
Do you think that any entrepreneurs or any content creator has to have their own niche to be successful as to build your online presence?
Yes, Rico, 100%. You know what? I just have a friend that I just engaged on Instagram just this week. Um, her dilemma is that she wanted to serve everyone. Like everyone is my target market. And I suggested and as well. Of course, I asked for her feedback that if you're open to receive my suggestion, and then she says so. And then I said that simply choosing one market, niching down, whether that's vertical or horizontal, just choose one, especially for beginners or let's say for budding entrepreneurs out there. Just choose one market that you want to serve with. Simply by doing that would make your offer, you make your products a high valuable product and services. Because, and of course you might ask, why, of course, some people would say, oh, I might lose this market. Let's say if I want this market B because there must be a potential there. But it's like simply as hitting two birds in one stones won't get you anything or anyone. So by simply choosing niching down who your market is, you won't lose anyone because you're only speaking to them as in you're speaking to this one person. Think of it as a one brand persona or a persona or per person that you're talking to. All your attention is there, or the valuable information that you're giving is just for them. They would appreciate that. They would feel that they are heard, that they are their needs will be solved by your products or services or with your message as a podcaster like you, Nico, you would resonate to them. And if ever that you have like, products and services and aside, like as I mentioned earlier, give value first. And then next is the business. And then I guess I heard this from Gary V. Give value, give value, give value. And then you ask for business. And um, if let's say after 100 leads, 100 conversations, and maybe 150 more, let's say you did not get a sale with the proper right strategies, you can try another market. The good thing about marketing is that you test, you test, you test. Testing is everything in marketing. Testing and then pivot from what you learned, let's say from your market, from your strategy, from your planning, from your offer, from your service, from your product, from your packaging, from how you would present yourself as a content creator. That's a good thing about it. You can change any time as long as you got the right data that, oh, this niche is not profitable. Let's move to another one. That's just the life of the entrepreneur, right? Testing and then maybe using a business here and there and then hitting the right offer and right niche profitable. Just test. It's how valuable marketing is.
Okay. So do you think you need a mentor on doing that if you're starting up, or accountability person, because you're saying you have to niche down, but if you don't know where to niche down, do you recommend it to have a mentor just to assist you? Mentor or coach?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I would say yes. You know what? I've been in social media marketing, focus in social media marketing for just over a year. And what helped me trajectory get to where I am right now from what I've learned, from what I've how I've connected with people, and at the same time build a strong foundation of business is because I have accountability partners. I invested in coaches, in mentors, in upskilling. So that's the great investment, and I guess the biggest ROI that we can do personally as a business owners. This is the biggest investment that we can do. There's no amount of growth in abundance, in wealth, in sales that's not been equally reciprocated with our personal development. So if we did not focus our personal development, you can just wing it as an entrepreneur. You can just wing it, just do it by yourself, etc. But imagine how long it would take. It would take years to test and test everything. But with the coaches, with the mentors, with upskilling, let's say with courses, um, they've already gone through the stuff challenges, those wrong strategies, wrong implementation, wrong business strategy, bad business ideas. The way they're doing it, or me as a coach, is to give you the shortest, easiest path. Being an entrepreneur doesn't have to be lonely. It's a choice. If you choose to, this is, I would say, as a, as a life coach, wearing my hat as a life coach, a certified transformational coach, it's a choice. You can choose to be a lonely entrepreneur and go through the long haul of business journey, or be profitable in just 6 months. I've seen it. It's just remarkable. Even beginners are being profitable by just simply investing in themselves. So yes, that I would suggest. Simply invest in yourself, in your own growth, personal growth, whether that's health, etc. Of course, and of course with coaches and mentors that will surely show you the way, easiest and most profitable way. Or not.
All right. So what is one thing you wish you had known when you began your career in marketing?
One thing I've known, oh my gosh, there's a lot. But the first thing that pops into my mind right now is really investing in myself, in learning, continuously learning. And I've adapted over the years to be a life learner, to learn as well from people, to learn from mentors, from coaches. I I always right now I always take an opportunity to grab an opportunity to learn from someone, to be coached. I learned to be humble, to say that I don't know this, I don't know how to do this, or I'm afraid to do this. Maybe you can help me. And before, when I was still, I guess, 2 to 3 years, when I wasn't even engaged or exposed in coaching. That was 2 to 3 years ago, I think. It was just so lonely. Even if I have this background in marketing, I still have this fear that maybe in just a year or two, if I would apply on a job, I wouldn't be able as qualified as other marketers out there. Because you know what, when I was planning to transfer a company, or trying to apply for another company, I've seen these qualifications that you have to learn, this advertising, this PPC, etc. And those are the terms that are not really updated or being taught in schools or in college or in the company where I was in. Because I was just expecting for a for a what do you call this, like a program that they could apply to me and then maybe teach me, or maybe they could send me to a what do you call this, like a program or a teaching webinar or a event. But really taking the initiative to learn as a marketer is to be updated with everything that's happening in social media. Even you can just check the news, check the Google Trends about marketing. You'll learn a lot from them. Even just you know, being on TikTok and following the right people in the marketing field, you'll learn a lot from them. They'll show you the how tos, and then you'll never be lost. It's just a matter of being open in learning and doing as well.
All right, thank you for that. So I got some couple of questions from our Podfiesta community. I hope you can answer this one. So the first question that she gave to me, it's here. So she said, I'm getting a good traffic to my website through my Facebook campaign, but unable to convert that traffic into conversion. Any advice?
Mm. That's interesting. It's a great question. Thank you for that question from one of your listeners here, Miko. I would say usually is that um, if if you were able to direct people or your leads on your website, then the next step is how would you convert them, right, on your website. I guess the one thing there is first is the copywriting. When they first land on your page, let's say you're using a laptop, on the first fold or the first part of the website that you're seeing, what are you seeing? Are you seeing the offer? Are you seeing the face only of the of this of you, let's say, as a business, as a brand, or are you just putting there a about section that wouldn't convert any customer? What does a target market would like to see first on your website is your offer. What does it mean for them to stay, to scroll down, to look at what you're offering? What is it? What is it from for them? What are you trying to solve? What are the pains or any challenges that you are solving from them? What does your product alleviate from your market? Those things. It's just a matter of having the right conversion centered website. That means the copywriting. The You can check as well the loading page. Those are the technicalities that you can take a look at. The photos, is it high quality? Those things. Is your website gives the target market an opportunity to engage in? Maybe on the first fold, or maybe like I mentioned on the first page that you'll see on your website. Do you have a button there? Call to action is really, really important. So, what do you want your target market to do? If you are losing those, just I guess, five things that I mentioned, you're losing your market. You're wasting your time converting them on your website because they don't know, simply don't know what to do. They just um, not having a call to action or a right, um, simply a button. Like imagine how important those things is. So I hope that you'll be able to check that with your site and um, have the right call to action for your service. Be clear with what you're offering.
All right, thank you. So next one is Facebook recommends that the title be 25 characters or less. What are your thought on title length?
Is this about a post or like a video? What is it
Yeah,
again? Sorry.
so he doesn't say anything. It just say the question is Facebook recommends that the title be 25 characters or less. What are your thought on the title length? But he doesn't say is this for a post or for an ads. So I'm assuming it's an ads.
Yes. So yes, let's assume that's ad. So for the headline or for the title, good thing there is that a title can be as concise, as targeted, and as clear as possible. That's just it. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated, long title or long headline for your business. As long as, let's say, you're using ads for a product, what's just the one statement that you can put in, or like a captivating headline that you can use? Maybe that's just 3 to 5 words only. That's just also the power of copy, using the right copy or copywriting. How can you entice your audience, your target market, to click on your ads, or whether that's a post, that's a video, etc., and just simply using 35 characters or less? Be creative about it. Doesn't have to be too long.
What would you advise? What would you give to someone, say, wanting to pursue a career similar to you?
Well, my advice would be to, as I mentioned earlier, find a mentor, find a coach, find someone who's willing to support your growth. And even if you don't find one, just keep looking, just keep learning, maybe apply on courses. There are a lot of short courses out there in marketing. There are a lot of free courses, let's say in just LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, etc. Those platforms that where you can learn how to do marketing right, just to give you the right foundation first, and then the how to's. Let's say creating the perfect headline, let's say, or creating a conversion focused website, creating a high converting Facebook ads. You learn it along the way. It takes time. First is, I guess, be patient, and also be courageous, be brave. You are taking a very long haul in learning. It's really important to embrace being humble enough to say that I'm not sure how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it anyway. There's and imperfect actions are really important. And what's great about marketing is that you test, you learn, and then repeat, or perhaps pivot. It's just about those three or four things. Marketing is really an imperfect way to do things. So just that's what you learn from your insights on, maybe from what you've learned on courses, then pivot along the way.
Before we end our podcast, what motivates you to get up in the morning and go to work?
Wow, I love that question. So what I do, Miko, is what motivates me is that, um, I guess it starts with a good and relaxing and refreshing evening routines. For me, what I do on my evening routine and what really helped me to get up, and of course, with a lot of challenges and things that's happening around us in this pandemic, is that to focus where I can, what I can control in my life. So that's being grounded, meaning being mindful, being intentional, and doing inspired action. So what I do is, let's say, I meditate, um, I do evening journal, even just a gratitude list really makes a difference in my life. I mean, just simply doing that is just simply doing one gratitude list or being grateful at one thing that would really set up my day. And also, what really gets me up in the morning is that it's a new day for me to be able to help people, help my family, and also to support myself. Because when I am supporting myself, when I express myself fully, I'll be able to provide value and help and support to other people. So my happiness is also happiness of the people around me, and also my clients and the people that I am connecting
All right, thank you so much for that. So, how can our
with.
audience and listener connect with you online?
Yes, thank you so much, Miko, for holding this space, this the creative um, exchange podcast. Thank you for inviting me here. So, for everyone who wants to learn and wants to generate leads, let's say while you sleep, or maybe using uh, social media marketing, you can reach me out at the nice things about digital. You can look me up on Instagram, on my Facebook page, or even my LinkedIn page as well. So I hope to see you there, and I'm so excited to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Denise. So, to all our listener and audience, all the link will be on the show notes. So please click it. And of course, if you more question, any question, just search Denise to the every social media platform. I'm assuming you can search her. And thank you, Denise, for your time on that creative exchange. And see you again for another episode. And of course, this please don't forget to check us on our community. So just go to podfiesta.org/community and hope we share our experience there and exchange. So thank you. See ya.
Thank you. See ya.
This podcast is brought to you by Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate, powered by Kangaroo Fern Media Lab. Kangaroo Fern is Australia's independent video and podcast management agency with the mission to help individuals and entrepreneurs to start their own podcasts and harness the power of podcasting. Book now via www.kangaroofern.com.